have lost our broadcast, and so far we are back at it again. The rest of this broadcast. Okay, that is. So far this was the third, it was the second time that we have lost our broadcast, and we are definitely going to get after upgrades and all types of stuff on camera work and Wi-Fi. And so far, we are back at it again. Well, leading off the bottom of the seventh inning, next batter up, 1 ball, no strikes. Joshua Mears coming up now for San Antonio. That one's going to be skied to center field, and that's out number 1.
The first baseman, number 6, Marcos.
Again, we do apologize for the stream being cut to different sections. Marcos Castañon coming in. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles and a run.
Ball that's outside.
I'm not going to be a happy camper because the live stream is pretty much cutting out. I think it's due to the Wi-Fi or the atmospheric disturbances due to the weather. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it could be definitely that. But anyway, we definitely must keep watch over what goes on. And I gotta say, Bob, absolutely right about that. Anyway, the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, awaits on deck, 3 balls and no strikes, as he is the tying run to the plate for San Antonio. That is right there, the count now 3-1. Now, anyway, if near the future that we do have these things going on, we will definitely keep y'all updated on what goes on. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That is getting away. And that looks like it's going to be not a strikeout, but that will be a wild pitch. Runner will reach safely.
Number 7.
And that will definitely be a boo-boo on Corpus Christi. Here is Jacob Campbell. The right fielder comes in. A 2-run batted in double in the first. And is 1 for 3 of the night. Runner at first, 1 away, 0-1 the count. That's a swing and a miss right there. And the count now 0-2. Miguel Ulola pitching for Corpus Christi in relief.
Too high. Ball.
As evidently he came in, our broadcast got cut. And this is the 3rd time we are coming at you live in this one. And there he goes. And that'll put him up to second now. And second wild pitch in this broadcast. And so far, that will get away from him. And he will most definitely get to the second base area unscathed after that one. Well, here is a 2-2 count on Jacob Campbell. And the pitch. That one outside, ball 3. Great hold up by Campbell right there. Designated hitter Cole Roederer stands on deck. He is the tying run for San Antonio in this ball game. Here's the pitch. And right there, called 3rd strike. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole.
Designated hitter is Cole Roederer, who's 0 for 3. Now, so far, we didn't have these problems up in Midland with the stream cutting out, but I guess returning back to San Antonio, we were going to have problems. Well, especially with the Wi-Fi service and our broadcast of our streams. We do apologize. On behalf of the San Antonio missions here tonight, we do apologize for that. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, one left on for San Antonio. We head to the 8th inning, and the Corpus Christi Hooks lead this one 7-5. So back here is Chase Jaworski, Lavastida, and Bastidas will lead it off for Corpus Christi in the 8th inning, as he'll be set to go through there. All right, we head to the top of the 8th inning for Corpus Christi, right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Okay, Bob, well, you got us patched into our live stream. Here is Chase Jaworski as he strides up now for Corpus Christi, takes that one down and in, 1 ball, no strikes, 2,772 in tonight's broadcast. San Antonio trailing 2 against Corpus Christi this evening. And here's the pitch. That is going to be high flying in the air, and that will drop out of play, and that will be even up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Down and in, changeup. And the count now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. That right there would be a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Brian Lavastida coming in now. And the pitch. That one high flying in the air, foul. And the count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one's going to be right there. Second baseman Acuna flips to first baseman Marcos Castañon as he'll get him for the out. And that'll bring up Brian Lavastida. Lavastida coming in, ready to go. Takes a strike inside. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that's fouled off. So no balls, 2 strikes to count now. So far, pretty good. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And they're 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman.
So hopefully we could get through the rest of this live stream without any problems. But due to the main factor that we had to restart twice, we will definitely give you the step-by-step of how the ball game went. So that Jesus Bastidas will come in for Corpus Christi as the leadoff batter. 2 down, nobody on. No ball, 1 strike count, top of the 8th. Corpus Christi 7-5, and they're in the front lead of 2. So pretty good. That is high fly in the air, foul. And still trying to get up there and get something going. Here's the pitch. That is right there. Castañon will put it in his pocket. He's got the out, and that will do it. So no runs, hits, or errors. Nobody on for Corpus Christi. It's on now to the bottom of the 8th. And the Hooks lead at 7-5. Rojas, Acuna, and DeVries will lead it off, as we'll have a new right-hander coming in for Corpus Christi to lead the bottom of the 8th. We go down to the bottom of the 8th inning for San Antonio, right now the Missions Baseball Network. Well, that'll bring up a right-hander, Logan Van Way, coming in as he'll strike up for Corpus Christi in pitching relief. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker. He's got 4 pitches to choose from in order to strike out his opponents, and so far, pretty good on that. Hot corner third baseman for San Antonio, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, is Yendry Rojas. 7-8-9 due up against Logan Van Way. That one fouled off, and the count now at 0-1. Boy, I tell you one thing, Missions need a win here in order to claim their 47th. Right there, swung on and missed. Boy, not a good thing you see about that, but evidently, San Antonio has the bottom of the 9th inning to keep things going. They're down to their final 6 outs, and that is going to hit Rojas. And now the tying run, Francisco Acuna, gets on as he'll step in to the right-hand side of the batter's box. And now tying run for San Antonio coming up. Straight away in out right field is a slider. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at first and nobody out. Francisco Acuna stepping into the plate for the Missions. Right there in the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. So far need a tie-breaking run to win the ball game, and hopefully they could do it at the bottom of the 9th inning. That would be phenomenal for San Antonio to win the first of this 3-game series against Corpus Christi. And that's going to be right there. That's going to get down line drive. That's a base hit to right. First 2 batters on. And now all you would need is to get that home run, and that's going to be a home field advantage right there for San Antonio. That would be pretty good. Whack one to the wall, and it would put the tying run in to score. That one's going to be high fly in the air. And here comes the tag up. Here comes the runner, and he's safely at third on a sacrifice fly out. And that's going to bring in left fielder Albert Fabian. 1 for 3, single, 2 runs. And looking to score in some more. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Liner straight away, and the run in to score. And San Antonio trailing by 1. Scoring position is the tying run at second, the go-ahead at first. And now that San Antonio
The catcher, Ethan.
has Ethan Salas coming in, and so far just making sure he has enough pine tar on that bat. Salas coming in, and he looks in. From the windup in the stretch is Logan Van Way. And the pitch, that is down and outside, changeup. And the count now, 1 ball and no strikes. Blue Ball and Fleury, 2 right-handers warming up for Corpus Christi. It is a 7-6 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. That is high and outside, and that'll be even up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That one is a ground hopper. The second for 1, and they relay it right in time, and they get 2. So that will leave nobody left for San Antonio. They get a run, and they trail by 1. And it's on now to the 9th inning. Corpus Christi leading this one 7-6. Bounce set to go for the top of the 9th inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Luis Baez coming in. Jason Blanchard facing off 2, 3, and 4, top of the 9th inning. Corpus Christi leading this game by 1. It's 7-6. San Antonio needs to keep the deficit right where it is if they want to get back in this ball game and try to tie it up in the bottom of 9.
Luis Encarnacion.
That'll bring up Luis Encarnacion as he strides up next for the Corpus Christi Hooks. And that is going to be line foul. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that is well crushed deep to left field. That one, you could kiss that goodbye, because it ain't ever coming back on that cherry note. So Corpus Christi gets a home run by Luis Encarnacion. And that will be a 2-run lead for Corpus Christi. Boy, I tell you one thing, Bob, it is getting pretty interesting when we all look at it. Yeah, I got to say, John, it really is. When you see these batters come out, they want to really play the game. They can bash the ball and get something going. That is for sure. Here is Zach Daniels now. Change up, down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Hit by pitch last time up is 0 for 3 of the evening. Don't forget, we have 2 more games left of this short homestand. get your tickets at samissions.com or here on the YouTube Live app. It's pretty good. That is an inside strike. The count now at 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count now for Zach Daniels. That one is high flying in the air, out of play in right field, and right fielder Campbell going to go over there and look at it. And here's the pitch. That's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And where is that baseball? Oh, there it is. So the base hit to the left field area. And they got left fielder Albert Fabian scratching his head to see where that was. He's running around like, where's that ball? Where's that ball? It's like a dog chasing his tail. Well, his own tail, I should say. That is right there. The count now, 0-1. 9 potential runs for Corpus Christi. All it takes is third baseman Cam Smith to come in, whack 1. And if not, whacking 2 would be a 10-6 lead. And anyway, we look at 10:38 p.m. on this evening. And that's going to be right there. DeBreeze finally gets there and cuts it off. And there's 2 down. Well, that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Austin Deming. He's 1 for 4, a single. Runner in scoring position at second, 2 away here in the 9th inning. Austin Deming.
Ball, that's in.
Corpus Christi up by 2 here in this one. And the pitch. That one skied to left field. Center fielder Mears getting under it, makes the play. Inning over. Luis Encarnacion puts one over the wall and makes it a 8-6 lead. So they'll lead by 2 this evening. We're now to the bottom of the 9th, and it is 8-6. We're back here for a new reliever coming up after this one. We're about set to go for the bottom of the ninth for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, AJ Blueball is getting up there as he's a right-hander to close the door in this half inning. And it'll give Corpus Christi a good win if he can hold them off for at least 3 more outs. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in as he's ready to go, and he'll take a pitch inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. Tying run on the on-deck circle. Winning run stands out there in the dugout. That's going to be right there, and out number 1.
The first baseman,
so Joshua Mears is out for the last time of the night. Marcos Castañon, the first baseman, comes in. 8-6 ball game here in this broadcast. Castañon takes a strike inside. The count now 0-1 to him. And the pitch. That one skied high in the air up the center. It is right field getting there. And there is 2 down. Not putting up much of a fight this evening. San Antonio doing pretty good. They came in and scored in 6 runs, 11 hits. They left 10 on base. And for Corpus Christi, it is 8 runs on 10 hits. They leave 7. And that is strike 2. One more chance for Jacob Campbell to come in through here. And the pitch. That is right there, foul. And the count now at 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that's a high pop-up right there. This should do it. And Corpus Christi wins this one. So they will win the first game on the road. And that will pretty much conclude an evening as it was. So San Antonio gets their 30th of the season in the loss record. Corpus Christi getting their 27th. And so far, they're still down in last place and still not doing good. Well, anyway, again, we apologize for this string being cut into 3 sections. Now, even though it was pretty much Wi-Fi and all this other stuff, but anyway, I guess it is what it is. All right, we need to look at the final scores here in the Texas League, and so far we will do that online. Well, it looks like we'll go ahead and give you final scores. Amarillo and Midland were rained out this evening, so evidently conclusion of that game will continue onward tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And so far, that will pretty much do on that one. Okay, so Arkansas wins against Frisco. Their final score is 6-5 against the Rough Riders. So Frisco will be 40-35. So pretty good night for the Arkansas Travelers. They take game 1. Wichita winning against Tulsa. Final score 7-1. So they'll get their 42nd in second place. And Tulsa getting their 46th loss of the season. Well, for Springfield, they will win their 46th against Northwest Arkansas, which that is pretty good. So it'd be 36-40. Well, I think everybody played baseball except Amarillo and Midland. They get rained out because of the storms. But anyway, they will make up the ball game tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock. Or should I say 5:05, which that will be pretty good too. Well, anyway, we have had fun this broadcast. As our final score, Corpus Christi winning this first of a 3-game set. And, yep, so far it was a pretty good evening thus far for Corpus Christi. But they will definitely get 2 more here in San Antonio. And so far after that, it will be Corpus Christi getting their short little homestand coming up. And evidently 45-30, which that is pretty good for San Antonio. Corpus Christi 27-49 in this one. So Zach Kroll gets 2 for 3, a home run and a triple. Blake Wyman gets the win for Corpus Christi. The loss will go to Jagger Haynes, as that'll pretty much be it for him, as he gave up this win, and so far not so good when you think about it. But anyway, it is what it is. Well, anyway, I guess this will just about do it for our ball game tonight. Again, we apologize if our stream was cut into 3 different streams. But anyway, we are going to be back tomorrow evening, Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. And yes, the fireworks are now going on as we get going in this one. Well, anyway, let's give you finals one more time. Arkansas winning against Frisco 6-5. Corpus Christi beating San Antonio 8-6. Springfield beating Northwest Arkansas 4-3. Wichita beating Tulsa 7-1. Amarillo had the lead in the top of the 5th inning. They led Midland 7-0, and then there was the rain. Yes, it pretty much suspended the rest of the game, but evidently it will be resumed tomorrow. Well, anyway, for all of us here in the AA Texas League, I'm John Baker, and along with my partner Bob, we will see y'all again tomorrow night. First pitch at 7:05, with our next game being fireworks, as well as we salute our military men and women that serve in our uniforms. Well, for all of us here, have a good rest of your evening, and we will see y'all again tomorrow night. Thank y'all, and have a good night. Yeah, good night, everybody.